Welcome to the shop, friends. So, in today's video, I want to talk about rock hounding and the tools you kind of need to do it. I do all forms of rock hounding, and you're looking at some of the stuff right here. So, of course, this is going to be very dependent on the type of rock hounding that you're doing. You know, if you are the type that just wants to walk a beach and pick up some agates, maybe at most you just need a little pouch, a little backpack, or you're picking up some agates and putting them in your pockets. At that point you need nothing except an eye for rocks. However, if you're going to be doing hard rock mining, things like that, you're going to need some more stuff. So this is kind of what I have managed to put together in the past couple of years. It seems like it works really well for all different kinds of rock hounding. First off, let's talk about buckets. Here is your standard Home Depot style bucket, except I took the handle off and I ran some PEX through it and then a piece of garden hose. So now you have a very comfortable handle that's hard, grippy, and you can easily pick this up with two hands, and you know your fingers aren't on that wire, because you got to be able to pack rocks out sometimes. Also, a little bucket, and sometimes depending if the situation calls for it, this little guy here is, let me see if we can do this one-handed. This little guy here is a bucket that pops out so that you can, hold on. There we go. So you can have this little flat bucket and pack out some smaller stuff. So there's your buckets that you're going to probably want. Now if you're going to be climbing around on your hands and knees and doing work, a pair of work gloves is nice. A pair of knee pads. A pair of knee pads is really nice. So when I talk about hard rock mining, I'm talking about digging in soils where, you know, a shovel wouldn't work. Basically, it's almost entirely rock with a small amount of dirt. And that's when some of these other tools should come into play. Right here, there is a 1/2-inch screen and a gold pan. Those can be, well, of course, really nice for gold panning and crystal gathering. You know, there's different sites where you're going to be collecting quartz crystals possibly, and you're going to want a screen like that. Next up, we got the popular rock hammer, Estwing rock hammer. This is really good for some things. You know, if you have a, let's say, a rock wall and you're trying to like pick at it and get a thunder egg out, that type of situation, it can be nice. It's pretty lightweight and very man-portable. Graduating up from that, there is the Estwing Geopick. Now, I don't use the Geopick as much, but it has seen some use. It is a handy tool to have. Hey there, Leica. Pretty warm out. Leica should probably go in the house. So, Geopick is nice, but the tools that I really love here, I have this 3-pound hand sledge, this concrete chisel with the hand guard. I have removed some really large stones with this. The pointed one is a little less useful, but it's nice to have two of these. And the reason why is if you get stuck trying to chisel a rock, you can get your chisel out with this one. So by going in there, you can hopefully work these guys loose. So that's a really good combo. I love chipping off a big piece of rock off of, well, something that's immovable. The other tools have a shovel, of course, except I have this little shovel with a D-ring on it. This is nice if you're going to be carrying it. And when I talk about carrying it, I mean backpacking it in if need be. We'll talk about the backpack here. I also have a matlock, which it's simply a pick point and I guess a hoe point. Matlock is very handy for your hard rock mining. And if you really have something that's stuck that just needs to be broken, that's when you get out the 72-inch Anglo bar, which has a flat blade on one end and a little pointy end down there. You can break all kinds of stuff with that. Still important, but not as useful. The little Fisker's hand scoop is a handy tool to have. You put that in your backpack. Some prime. You're going to want to maybe pop some rocks out occasionally. Screwdriver is really good for that. It's a nice cheap hand tool. This is from Harbor Freight. It's just their little mini hand pry bar. I believe this was $4. A great little tool to have for when you have a rock that needs to get popped out. So, what else? It's very likely that there's going to be rock that you want that is not necessarily going to be accessible. And that is when this guy comes in. This is an external frame backpack with the shelf on the bottom. Now you can strap a large rock to this and carry it out. You can put a bucket of rocks on there and pack that out along with your tools. And it is pretty valuable thing to have, because how are you going to get all of this stuff, let's say a mile in, and then a full bucket of rocks, which could be 40, 50, 60 pounds, out? You ain't carrying it in your arms, that's for sure. That's when you want something like this. So, as always, thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video on rockhounding tools and some of the stuff that I like to carry with me and put to use. If you have some ideas or suggestions of your own, maybe you put them down in the comment box below. And hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and there will definitely be more rockhounding videos coming.